Yeah, so this is a video about this main backup sump pump system that I bought on Amazon, or you can get it anywhere. But basically $350. It's got a 5-year warranty on it. So this is what came in the box: battery, cover charger, the main primary pump, and then the backup pump. This is all assembled and connected. You can see it's in the using clamps, so you can remove this, but it's already pre-assembled. Unit pre-assembled, and then a little explanation about this battery cover unit here. Basically, no battery. It comes with a cover. If you turn around, it's got charging connectors to the battery, connected to the sump pump itself. This is let me see, I think this is the float switch. Let's see. Yeah, this is so here's, I'll explain this a little bit later, but this is basically the float switch, and this is the charging connector here. So this is a 120 volt charging plug transformer that you plug here to charge the battery with a fuse and everything. So this is the battery unit itself. I did buy a battery. It doesn't come with a battery, but I bought this basically a deep cycle marine battery that I bought. This one has 90 amp hours, and basically it's a deep cycle battery that fits in this box. Basically going like this, and then you put it on top. So this measures about 8-inch, 9-inch deep, and I think it's about 14 or 15 inches wide. You can get the exact measurements later, but that's your battery system. So moving on to the sump pump system here. Basically, you have a main pump here with a float switch here. I'll activate the pump. Separate outlet for the pump itself, primary pump, and here's the backup pump. So if the float switch fails, this is the float switch for the backup pump. So the water will obviously keep on rising, and once this hits, this is what triggers the pump to kick on. So kicking the transformer, or sorry, the battery unit here to kick power to the pump and basically suck it up. So all pre-assembled here, and then my next step was to install it to the actual sump pump. My old one I took out already, just a basic 1/3 horsepower pump with a pipe. Took that out, and then here's the actual sump pump. There's a check valve already in the pit itself. So I'll connect it here. More to follow. Okay, so I did lower in the sump pump into the pit. My pit it's a big pit, so it's about 19 inches. I think the spec says you need about 14 or 15 inches to install this pump. So basically, just make sure you got clearance here to do so. Wires, be careful. They'll get hooked up later, but I gotta connect it back to the check valve. So once I connect that, I'll come back and try out the operation. Planning to put the battery somewhere here, so it's on the ground, but close to the outlet here. So we'll be back. So here I installed the pump. So how it is right now is the main pump connected to the power outlet here. Check valve. So I just bought a clamp. I bet you can probably put that on, but for me, since they use clamps on the bottom, I figured the clamps are fine. So how I tested here for the main pump is here's the float switch. So pulling the water out. I like this float switch because it won't get stuck. I had one before that kind of went like this, and it got stuck up here, and it kept on, the pump kept on going. So I think with this, you can see it's pretty sturdy. It's not gonna go anywhere. So that's the switch for the backup pump, but I haven't hooked everything up yet. So here's the float switch, and then here's the power. So these are what I need to hook up right now. Moving on to my batteries here. So I've already hooked up the battery here. You can see the light's actually on. It's full power right now. I'm not sure if you can see that. Maybe if I turn on off the flash here, but basically, yeah, you can see it better here. Power failure because I didn't hook up the 120 volt yet, but it is full, complete, charged battery. So I'll put this over there and hook everything up and test out the pump, see how that works. Okay, so everything's hooked up here. So connected to the float switch, connected to the power supply up there, and then this is connected to the pump. So it came with these 3 ties, so it's probably a good idea to tie all the wires up to the neat and tidy. So I'll go ahead and put this together. You can see the lights now, the power failure light turned off. It is full charge. So one thing I did notice is if you pull off the power supply here, you hear a note. So it kind of tells you that the power supply is off. Once you put it on, it comes back off. So that's a good feature. So let me put everything off here, and then put everything together here, set it neatly, and then I'll test out the whole system. Okay, so all set here. You can see the light here. Power, you know, this light will be red if there's no power. Fully charged battery. It's hard to see here, but maybe, yeah, there you can see it's fully charged. Battery and case unit covered. 2 pumps. Okay, so let's check this out. Unfortunately, today's a dry day, so, or fortunately, yeah, I'm not sure if it's unfortunate, but anyways, we can test it like this. So here's the main pump. So if this float hits, it'll turn on. Okay, unfortunately, there's no water to suck out. And then if this fails, you'll hit this. One thing I didn't mention is you gotta tighten this here. There's just a little threaded thing, so make sure it's tight. Okay, so if this hits, it'll go. So it's making a whiny sound. It actually goes on for a bit. Even if the float goes down, it still sucks for a bit. You can see the water sucking there, but it automatically turned off. So I tried it a couple times. It does automatically shut off as long as the float is down. It takes a little bit. So there, it's off. Okay. So there you go. Basically a nice system here with battery backup, peace of mind. Basically, I guess total $350 for the system I paid, and then another 100 and change for the battery itself. So $450 to get a system. I will try to dump some water here, see if it works here. Give me a second here. Dump some water in here. Not sure if it's a good idea, but let's try it out. Okay, I guess there's not enough water, but at least I can test out the float now. Let's see that. Okay, so float. What the heck is that? Okay, so there. System. I gotta grab some of the. I see some piece of paper there, so I clean that out. But there you go, the whole system there. Clean this up a bit, and then I'll do a final show of what the cover is, because I got a cover for the sump pump. The one thing that I guess I would have one complaint is the wires, but there's really nothing you can do about it. Just make sure you do some zip ties, and there's nothing you can do here unless you I guess put the battery a little bit higher, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. I mean, you could actually add a little bracket here to put the battery a little bit higher up. That's probably what I would do. You know, but that's again not necessary, but it'll be nice to raise the battery up a bit. But hopefully this is a system where you won't have water, so you don't have to worry about the battery. All right, that's it. Thank you. So there you have the cover and everything. Again, something you might want to consider raising the battery up. It is heavy, so whatever you put, you have to make sure it's pretty sturdy. But I think I'll just leave it on the ground there. All right, thank you.